I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your smoking like when you smoked, Kyle? Like, what did you smoke, and like, were you a pack a day, a
Yeah.
half pack a day, a 5
I've been up
cigarettes a day?
to a pack a day, for sure, for long periods of time. I started smoking Cools, the green pack, Cool with a
Yeah,
K.
those are menthols.
Yeah. I've always smoked menthols. That's all I would ever smoke. Like Marlboro Lights, Marlboro Reds taste like cardboard to me. Like American Spirits, all that shit. It tastes like a dry, tongue drying sort of wood, like dry hickory burning, or really cardboard. Like if you think about the way cardboard would taste if you've ever bitten into some cardboard, like tearing a box open, that sort of
Very woody and not
bitter,
good.
like a bitter woody taste. And I really despise like the taste of tobacco, but menthol I like. And then like maybe I don't know, when I got off the Cools, I discovered Marlboro Smooth. They're light blue and they're not menthol. They're not minty. They are pepperminty, which is superior in every way. It's more of a sweet peppermint thing rather than like a breath mint type thing. There's a difference. I don't know. And I smoked those forever. Those were what I smoked the most of. And like half a pack a day was probably about average. Like, but if I was working or if I was driving, like especially if I'm driving, like when we were doing like road trips or something like that, I could definitely go through a pack a day because like smoking in the car was just a thing. Everybody I knew smoked, and good song comes on the radio. I'd like a cigarette while I listen to this good song, or this guy lights up. Well, I'm gonna give me one of those too. And so yeah.
Was it tough for you to quit?
Yeah, it definitely was for the first maybe 2 weeks. I was real shitty.
Really? Like just cranky all the time?
Yeah, like kind of on edge, like just a real shitty person. Just prone to being. I was easily frustrated. I think that's the best way to put it. Is like I would very easily get frustrated with something. Like if someone said the wrong thing, or I didn't feel like they were opening the door efficiently enough, or something like that. It's just like,
bitch.
Are you really trying to carry 3 boxes through the door? If you just got 2, you'd have a free hand and you carry twice as many boxes in the long run. What are you doing? I don't know, man. I can't count too good.
Yeah.
It's just being a jerk. But that that passes, and then it's just like you'll find yourself sort of, I don't have anything to do with my hands anymore. So what do I do now? So
you get a fidget spinner.
No, you don't. I'd rather die. But I haven't smoked my Abe or not or my Juul in a while. I kind of lost my Juul. I don't know where it is. They stopped selling the flavors I like. It's a whole thing. But I haven't been vaping in a while either.
Yeah, there's a whole legal thing where all the flavors I would hypothetically like, they get rid of. They're like, oh, no more watermelon, no more like juicy fruit or whatever flavors I might enjoy.
Yeah.
Now they're flavored like bleach, tobacco, or ammonia. Adult flavors. And you're like, well, fuck. None of those sound good to me.
So what you've got to do, and do this at your own risk, you can buy the bottles of the vape juice, and they can be whatever flavor that you fucking want. And then you take the little vape cartridges that go into like an Abe or a Juul, and if you carefully, if you got a little tool that's appropriate, the kind of like screwdriver you might use to work on eyeglasses, like those crazy tiny flatheads. You can pop that bitch open, fill it right back up with whatever flavor that you want, pop it back on, and you're good to go
Probably
again.
10 times cheaper.
So much cheaper. I know
That's
people.
Smart.
I know someone who does it, and it is infinitely cheaper because you get like a container of stuff that's they call it juice, which is a little. I don't like that they call it juice, but like you get a bottle of it, like.
It's a juice, right? It's not a syrup. It's right.
It's sort of a syrup.
Okay.
I wish they called it syrup. I would. For some reason, juice sounds almost.
I don't like juice because you drink juice.
You get like a bottle of it, like this fucking big. That this lasts forever. That'd be like 2 or 3 months worth of juice for like $10 or something like that. Whereas like a couple of those cartridges, and there's just a little work. You take a syringe and you put the stuff in the cartridge and you.
What is
it back together.
Abe experience like? Is it meant to use a bottle like that?
None of them are meant to do what I'm describing, but with a tool, you can force them to do it because they had to get the juice into that cartridge somehow, right? You just have to open something that's not meant to be opened.
I was so I said I was on a trip this past weekend for a few days with my dad and my brothers going skiing. And, you know, I know, Kyle, you don't have a younger brother. Woody, you have a brother, but
Older,
he's not an older brother. So it's a little different. But you always think of the stupid shit that you did and the silly shit that you did. And you never fully think about your siblings doing that. And we were talking about just like dumb shit that we did in high school or whatnot. And my brother was like, oh yeah, we we used to do something called dippity dippity dumps. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, when me and some of my friends in a group text wanted to take a break from class, we'd text dippity dippity dump ? And then all three of us would go to the bathroom, get in a stall, pass chaw to each other, and then dip while we dumped for like 20 minutes and just chat in the bathroom.
Wait, are they sharing a stall in this scenario?
No, they're sharing a can of dip.
No, but you said get in the stall and dip while they dump. I think I'm exactly quoting you.
So it's 3 stalls, and they're all in the 3 stalls handing their dip to each other.
So get in a stall has more than one meaning, right?
Yeah, and I
if
was
they
like,
all got into a stall, I'm like, all right, that's a tight fit, but okay. And then you said, and then they take a dump and I'm like, wow, this is a close bunch of friends.
Scoot over.
Not that close. But I was just asking him, like, but why?
Fitting the third man
why
onto that
would you
toilet.
do this thing?
A bit of expertise.
I was like, why? What would you say when you would do these 30-minute bathroom breaks all the time? Like, you just show back up and they didn't care? And he was like, yeah, as long as you just say kind of loud if the teacher asks anything that you had diarrhea. No, they never ask a follow-up. And I was like, first of all, I'm proud of you for having the confidence to say loudly in the room, where were you for the last 20 minutes? I had diarrhea. Again? Again? What do you eat? I'm on the Kyle Myers diet.
It's a lot of Taco Bell and shame.
It just surprised me because like nothing sounds worse to me. I think I've tried chewing tobacco a handful of times in my life, and it is fucking gross, dude.
Yeah,
it
not a fan.
sucks.
There's a high involved though, which I don't. Right?
Yeah. It gives you like a ton of nicotine all at once, which the times I've tried it, it just makes you feel dizzy.
Yeah,
right
dizzy.
away. You just
and
feel
pale.
dizzy and pale and shitty, and you're like,
I vomit.
Yeah, I've never vomited from it, but I feel like I totally understand how that's possible. I had a friend once who we were, I guess, for maybe 16, 17, and he started dipping because he was like, oh, this is cool. This is what cool kids do. And we were at a party once in a friend's basement, and I was just talking to him, and I was like, Zach, you haven't spit in like 15 minutes. Like, what are you doing? He's like, no, man. I've been doing it long enough. I can just gut it.
Ugh.
And gut it just means that you swallow the spit. And I was like, man, that's disgusting, dude. Like, just start spitting. He's like, nah, dude. Nah, it's fucking easy. Once you can do this for a while, you can just gut it. 3 minutes later, he's like almost vomiting his lungs out in the yard violently. Like it's the vomit sound, not of even like the flu. Like, we've all had the flu and like the stomach flu where you vomit and it's shitty. This was like a vomit sound of your body in emergency mode. Like, this has got to get out. This has got to not be in. Anyway, dip sucks. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. That in particular.
It's grosser than cigarettes, I think, by far.
Oh, yeah.
It's grosser than cigarettes,
sure.
but it's more private. Like, you can dip.
True.
And it's gross. It's gross. But it doesn't like make everyone else join in your grossness like cigarettes do.
If someone was like, you got to smoke 10 cigarettes in the next 2 hours, or leave this dip in your mouth for 20 minutes, I'd take the cigarettes.
Oh, I take cigs 100% of the time.
Question for Taylor. You need to share a lazy boy recliner with another dude for whatever, an hour. Do you want that guy to dip or smoke?
Like, go, but is he smoking right next to me, or is he going outside?
Oh, he's right next to you. You're sharing a chair, a big comfy chair.
Even then, man, I'm going with smoking. Like,
Yeah?
I would rather, I don't have the stigma for cigarette smoke as much, just because when I was little, my grandparents smoked in the house and in the car with us with the windows down and
Mhm.
everything, or windows up rather, like all the time.
They
And
hotboxed
so,
you.
yeah, as a little kid, I would always like smell cigarettes and be like, "Oh, reminds me of grandma."
Why are them
grandpa's house."
kids so damn energetic?
Yeah. As I'm, getting their secondhand
Sit
tobacco.
still back
So,
there.
Yeah, the smell of cigs doesn't bother me.
I swear,
nearly
that
as
head
much.
moving around. I can't even. I adjusted this mirror 4 times.
I'm super
I've done,
sensitive to cigarettes. I mean, I'm sure every non-smoker is, right? Like smoker sat in this car in 1993. Like it just
I've got another rental car right now, and after I had the air going for a little bit, I had that exact same thing yesterday when I got it. I was like, cigarettes. Like I knew it immediately that someone had
Mhm.
smoked in that car. So, but the sight, smell, and sound of someone going
It's gross. It's gross.
that
I don't want
grosses
to
me out more than
I don't
any
like looking at
cigarette
that
smell.
bottle. That bottle of spittle.
I don't like
is just
knowing
so
that bottle
disgusting.
is existing in my proximity.
Yeah.
Agreed. It is. I would
All right,
rather
here's
have
one.
that person
All right.
blow cigarette smoke into my face than see a bunch
You're
of those bottles
sharing-
and cups.
All right, Woody, you're sharing this lazy boy with this
Mhm,
gentleman.
mhm, mhm.
He's either going to smoke 10 cigarettes at this hour, he's going to be chewing tobacco the entire time,
Uh-huh.
or he's going to shoot up with black tar heroin right away.
I think the
And
heroin.
you have to help him tie off.
It's still
Does heroin smell like anything?
No, not unless he
Okay,
shoots
well then I'll
himself.
take the heroin.
It's just a syringe, right? And then afterwards, if I understand it right, is going to enjoy the beauty of every raindrop. Then, yeah, do that one.
Of course.
And the positive thing also about the heroin is once he's high on heroin, you can just push him out of the lazy boy and you've got it to yourself.
Oh,
I
point.
really thought we were going to get double snuggly on this. Like, once he's high on heroin, he's mushy like a puppy or something.
Oh, but once he's out, man, you can just reach your hand in his pants and jack him off. Just as a prank though. Just like
Yeah.
boys being boys. Like that, haha, man, while you were high on heroin, I jerked you off to completion. You must feel so gay.
Care about the
There's
quality
going to
of
be
this
an
when you get high.
American. There's going to be like an American Spirit style, like
Cigarette.
marijuana company, right? Like the
Like a
American
green,
Spirit.
Can
a
you
green Marlboro packet that's not menthol.
What's that
Yeah, the
reference,
American-
Kyle? American Spirit.
It's a brand of cigarettes, so they
Hipster.
don't. Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
had a friend that smoked American Spirits years ago, and I was standing outside with him at a bar once, smoking, and he was like, "You know what I like about American Spirits?" And I was like, "What, man?" He goes, "There's no addictives." And I was like, "There's no addictives? That's not true. Is there no nicotine in that?" And he's like, "It says no addictives, man." And I'm like, give me your cigarettes." And I was like, "No, it says no additives. There are no additives in this. You've smoked an entire pack today. You're but he, with a straight face, a pack-a-day smoker. There's no addictives in here." It's like, Jesus Christ.
It just did. Like I used to sell cars, and everybody in that business, and I think in the same way, like if you're in the service industry, like if you're cooking, if you're a chef or a line cook or something like that, they all smoke. I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen lately, and basically they've got like 15 or 20 contestants that are all line chefs, essentially, more or less. And like between the competition part, they like sit around in the dorm and like argue with each other and stuff. Every single one of them has a cigarette. Every single one of them is smoking. So like
So, like,
working with those
breaking it.
smokers, I was like one of like 2 or maybe 3 white guys at that car dealership. It was nothing but Cools and Newports.
Mhm.
No, are they both kinds of menthols? Because that's all I know
Menthol
about
cigarettes.
black
Yeah.
people. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's all I know about.
Newports.
I said.
Yeah.
What's the highest class
Oh.
cigarette? I've always heard Parliament. Is that right?
I think Marlboros honestly are up there because it's like $11 a pack here in Washington.
Taylor, can you
Marlboro-
move your mic a bit closer?
Marlboro is pretty high up there, and I agree with you on the Parliament thing. The Parliament's a kind of a classy cigarette, if you ask me. That's what I saw a lot of the like European guys smoking, like the Ukrainian and Russian guys. They smoked Parliaments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a Jarum Black, like
know
one of
what
the. It's like the thing in between a cigarette and a cigar.
Ooh, like a
Is it like a
cigarillo?
blacks. Yeah, like basically like a clove.
Oh, well, clove's
That's like-
different.
It's like specifically hipster shit. It's probably like
Yeah.
$11 to $13 a pack here in Washington.
I like clove cigarettes.
Wow,
like
a pack of cigarettes is over $10.
oh yeah,
like So Marlboros are probably like 11, but come to think of it, I think American Spirits are probably right about at that like $8 mark, like you said. So I think
Yeah.
they're maybe like standard.
Jesus, so
Well, see,
people are spending $10 a day on cigarettes.
The light smokers are.
Right?
So Woody, like in certain states, they've put huge taxes on the cigarettes. Like I want to say California, New York are among those. Definitely New York. I was in New York once and bought a pack of cigarettes for somebody, and I want to say I paid like $12 or something. I was
So it's a good $4,000 a year on cigarettes if you're a smoker
sure.
after taxes. You'd have to earn like $7,000 a year. That's like the raise that you did. All right.
See, and honestly, the
Are
reason most
e-cigs-
like
I'm sorry.
restaurant smokers like get into the smoking thing is because that's the only break you get on the line. Like you get the regulated mandatory state breaks that no line really is able to actually take or restaurant owner allows you to take. So
I
like, when
disagree,
was smoking-
Josh. When I was 26 years old working in a call center, I invented the secondhand smokers break. And I would just go out there and shoot the shit every so often because fair is fair.
Reasonable though.
Yeah.
Just take your time when it's needed.
Yeah, so I need a secondhand smokers break, and they'd be like, "Well, what the fuck are we gonna say?" Everyone else gets one. So
You're in one of the worst states for cigarettes. If you're a
Uh,
cigarette smoker in Washington,
Oh yeah, for sure.
they had $3.25.
I was gonna
Right to tax.
that-
Yeah, our
it's a-
tax is ridiculous because our weed tax is really high too. We pay 37% on every sale.
Are
in tax.
e-cigs cheaper annually or more expensive?
It depends how much you smoke and which
gonna
one you
say.
smoke. So like this, the Jewel that Taylor and I have, they come in. I got a package here. They come in a little pack like this, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things in there, and I think they're like $16.
Would
so
you
like,
call it each of those about a pack of cigarettes?
I don't know, but I know
I don't
they last
know.
Those
It-
little
it's a day.
things
For me,
last
it's a day.
while.
For me, it's like a day of like heavy vaping.
So that
Uh,
sounds like
30
$4 a day.
35 and
$4 a day. Yeah.
That's half price.
That's
Yeah,
still
That's
quite a
just
bit, though.
smart money management, Kyle.
On a PK, like on PKA, I'm obviously like puffing on this thing a lot more than
I
I,
don't
do
even
in
notice.
my daily life. Yeah, well, I puff on it a lot more on PKA than I do in my daily life. So because I'm just
You're
for
just
one thing,
sitting
it's-
here. Yeah, I've found that too. I use this like 100 times more just sitting here recording than I do.
yeah,
throughout
it's,
the
it's
day.
energy and concentration in a little electronic tool here. And so I definitely I'll go through this. I'm going to change this pod before the show's over. It's low anyway, but yeah, it is cheaper, and it's not cigarettes. It
Right.
might age the skin to some degree, but it won't give me lung cancer and it won't give me emphysema, and I'll never have to talk like this.
Nah, it might give you
Smell
lung
too.
cancer and emphysema.
I actually
I don't
I looked that up before the show because I was curious, and it's inconclusive. There are some studies
Exactly.
that say it does, and
Well, yeah,
some
we're
studies
the
that say
test
it doesn't.
dummies.
Yeah.
Then again, Kyle was 100% right about salt.
Yeah. Well, for now.
It's not bad for you.
In 2020, there'll be a thing that says, "Oh, never mind, salt is bad."
Salt is bad for you, and forget everything you've heard about eggs.
Don't even get me started on
Again?
what eggs have done during the course of my lifetime. They've gone from like a health food to the devil to the back good again. I don't know.
Yeah, I
No,
really don't
and-
believe eggs are that bad for you. There's no way.
Everything's fine in moderation. Everything's fine in moderation. I firmly believe that.
Everything
Heroin.
seems like a
I-
stretch.
that's-
I knew heroin was in my head too, and I suspect that even small amounts are not good for you.
I
Heroin.
disagree.
I think was the number one most addictive. I said nicotine was 3 because I was on a little Google tyrant or tangent the other day, and heroin I think was first, nicotine was third, and barbiturates were second. But I may have 1 and 2 spots.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how to gauge that, right? Like that. See, my question with something like that is, it's almost like when they gauge like the heat of a. Well, actually, there's a Scoville level with peppers,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know how they gauge that. Are they taking like statistics of people who are addicted to these things? I don't know how that
If
works.
There's no base.
If I got the inference right, it's the amount of people who tried it who developed addiction to it. Alcohol is way higher than I
But see,
thought.
that's not fair,
Yeah.
right? Because so many people will drink alcohol, right?
No, that makes it
So-
more fair. It's the amount of people who it's like a per capita, right? So what
Right.
you're saying is a large
huge.
sample size. They're not saying the amount of addicted people. It's the percentage of people that try it that eventually develop addiction to it. So
But shouldn't you
alcohol,
also
for example, was 22%, which was higher than I thought.
But shouldn't you also factor in the kinds of people who are likely to say try heroin? they're probably already in a lifestyle circumstance in which the addiction is almost a given.
So
Bogarting means you smoke a lot of it yourself. You don't share it appropriately, right?
yeah, like Humphrey Bogart, right?
That's what I think of, but I don't know why. Did he not share his pot?
That's what I was thinking. It's like, was it because he wasn't sharing his cigarettes? But you don't share cigarettes. Or maybe he was bogarting all the women.
A sense
like-
of selfishness and excess evolved from the 1960s use, meaning keep a joint in your mouth instead of passing it on, recalling the actor's signature practice of keeping a cigarette dangling from his mouth even while speaking.
Okay.
And that is bogarting.
That is a trend they need to bring back. Actors talking with the cigarette still in their mouth. That's probably the only type of acting that's gotten worse in the last 70 years. Are actors being able to speak with cigarettes in their mouths? Because they used to be able to do that pretty impressively. From what I'm remembering, from the couple scenes I watched in some film class of Humphrey Bogart.
Cigarettes used to be in movies all the time. It was a very common thing.
It was a
Now
cooler
they-
time.
It was a cooler time.
It was.
It was
now
like
never.
it was a lazy filmography trick. Like if you wanted to know if somebody was cool, they'd give them a cigarette. If you wanted to know if like something was like they just see the smoke puffing and you're like, ooh, like this is a major thing. This guy is cool. Like it. Yeah, it was a trope. I don't know if that's the right term, but it was a lazy way to describe someone as neat.
There's nothing that makes me want to smoke more than those horrible anti-smoking commercials where they're trying to seem like hip and cool. Like kids are like beatboxing about not liking cigarettes and stuff. And it's awful. It's just awful. And it's like, I don't want to be associated with this. I'm going to have to go buy a pack of cigarettes and get to work. So
Not me. It makes me want to brush up on my beatboxing skills so I can be like those kids.
what is that? What was that beatbox? That was that's from a South Park. The beatboxing no smoke people.
Really?
Where like they can't beatbox well at all, and so one of them's like, "Don't ever smoke. Don't smoke. Don't smoke." It's just so you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Kyle? When I'm Rob Reiner, and I can't let these people be smoking indoors. And he's eating like fast food and everything.
I don't remember
Turns
that
out he's full of goo, and Cartman stabs him to kill him at the end. He goes, "My goo, my precious goo." He melts. No.
I don't remember that one. No.
Oh, that's surprising. You remember all of them. But yeah, cigarette smoking. I guess I don't notice it not being in movies as much because I wasn't around in the 50s and 60s to watch those. But I don't like when they include like ham-handed anti-smoking from the protagonist of a movie, where it'll be like a sniper with his spotter smoking a cig. And like the sniper will have to be like, "Those are going to be the death of you, Roy." It's like, I know it. They're so addictive and dangerous. I've told my many children not to begin this deathly habit. It's like, that's good. Can you zoom in on the terrorist for me, though? That reminds me, another thing is oral cancer. Let's go back to the olden days of having a jawless man scare the shit out of children.
Yeah, like RPGs in general. I can't grind away and enjoy myself and get into the mindset of a dark elf who has mommy issues without some weed.
Kyle, this is telling to me, right? You can play as a character named Kyle, and his play style is to finish this goddamn game.
Yeah, that's your style.
You might like it, not high.
Oh,
it might be your style too.
That's an awful play style.
How is Kyle supposed to pretend to be an elf sober? How?
Can't do it.
He
can't do it.
He's got to be stoned.
So yeah, like tons of RPGs. I want to do Skyrim together. I want to do a complete replay of Fallout New Vegas, like heavily modded. I want to pick up Fallout 76 now that they've like fixed it to some extent and maybe play through that. There's some movies that I have just purposefully not watched. Annihilation with Natalie Portman, I think, is one of them. She goes into some sort of trippy other dimension looking for her husband, maybe. She's some sort of scientist, and there's all sorts of colors and shit. I can't watch that sober. There's no way. I didn't watch the second season of Planet Earth. Still waiting to watch that.
That's a good save.
Yeah. A bunch of stuff. I haven't watched a lot of movies. I've saved them for when I can smoke again. and it's a real long con because it's been years at this point.
How long has it been? Over 2 years? 2
Yes.
years? Yes. Well, over 2 years.
It's been it's been however long it's been since they arrested me. That's how long it's been.
Oh, what an ordeal this has been.
Oh, it's been a ball. It's been just a real interesting time.
I remember for a while I would just think about it like late at night, and I'd be like, "Oh no, this is stressing me out." I can't.
You see a cool Frenchman in the club smoking a cigarette, and you're like, man, that's cool. That's cool.
And I definitely don't think it's a poor person thing, because especially in certain areas of the country, because poor people can't afford to smoke. If we're talking about $10 a pack,
I'd say that there's a higher percentage of people who are poor that do smoke. Like if you broke up all the brackets, like it's definitely higher that way. But I also don't think when somebody's smoking a cigarette, I don't think you're working a minimum wage job or like you're not well off.
And I'm with you. Like every time I've been in LA, like especially if it's some sort of a movie set thing or some sort of like professional gig where there's like cameramen and directors and producers.
The cool people are smoking. Kyle.
Everybody's outside, and you look, and you're like, you smoke, and you all smoke. Oh, okay. And everybody smokes.
How do you think they keep those bodies? They're suppressing snacks. Yeah, cigarettes.
That's another one. If you're smoking and you're thin, you're cheating.
If you're smoking and you're fat, you've doubled down.
That's the real winner. If you're fat and smoking.
Now here's one that I won't tolerate: a girl who dips. Now I'm sure I don't know if you guys have ever even seen this.
Yes,
but in the South, you see this occasionally. It is a rare thing, okay? But there are definitely girls. I worked with a girl once. She dipped Copenhagen. She was cute. She was cute. She was good looking. She was kind of a tomboy, obviously, but she was fucking. She had a dip.
Copenhagen.
I'm so gay because I'm processing
the hardcore one.
I'm processing this in my head, and I'm like, all right, picture like some hot, like Daisy Duke with that characteristic worn out patch in her back pocket where the Copenhagen goes, and I can get on board with that, but the actual spitting and stuff, and that's disgusting.
My roommates in college.
Oh, just imagine she gives you a blowjob. She spits it on her hand first. She's using that for the loop, and you're getting a buzz. You're getting a buzz because you're absorbing it through your mouth.
My roommates in college used to dip too. Like 3 or 4 of the people in my hall would dip, whether it was snooze or just real dip, and they would leave their dip bottles full, like Mountain Dew bottles full of just spit everywhere, and it would smell disgusting, and it was just the worst. Like out of everything you could do with tobacco, that is the nastiest, and not cool.
There's a common characteristic of people that dip. They underestimate how gross that bottle of spit is, and it's not just gross like, oh, he did it last night and it's still in our living room. That's disgusting. But the mere fact that you're filling up that thing in my presence is pretty gross. You know?
Spit. It's a 16-ounce water bottle full of black spit. That's not. There's no other liquid in there. It's not water. It's just literally your saliva.
That's a considerate person, though. That's what you got. Don't forget the guy who's using the water bottle. Very considerate.
God,
my cousin would use a Dr. Pepper bottle, and so a hot summer's day, he and my dad are working, and they hop back in the truck. My dad's parched. He's thirsty. He's been working hard. He's been driving a tractor or something. He's been like moving a hay bale. He's thirsty. And he looks and look at that. A Dr. Pepper, almost full. I bet it's still fizzy. Oh, he doesn't even drink regular soda, but damn, I could use some sugar right about now, right? Just vomiting. But he starts vomiting before he can get out of the truck. He's spitting it everywhere. He made Scott clean it all up. And there was a rule imposed from that day forward. You can only spit in bottles that in which the liquids are clear. Like
only
you spit in a Sprite bottle, Mountain Dew bottle, water bottle. You do not spit in a Pepsi bottle, a Coca-Cola bottle, Dr. Pepper bottle, none of that. There could be no more confusion.
Dude, I remember like cleaning up after parties and such in like high school or college, and I like picking up, like having to clean up somebody's vomit. Gross, but
there's a distance there between you and that. You get your paper towels and everything. You got your cleaning solution. Makes you feel a little invincible. Walking around, picking up, the bottles were gross enough.
Cups.
The dip cups, which is just a red Solo cup sitting there with sloshing liquid, and it having to like pick those up, and then the movement of trying to get it to the trash would awaken that smell. It is like I can watch people be beheaded without gagging. I can watch people shit without gagging. The only things that really disgust me on that level are dip spit and watching people eat boogers and snot.
Who here?
I don't know why it's those two things.
Who here besides Taylor and myself have cleaned up another person's vomit that wasn't like a child or a family member?
I've cleaned up somebody's shit last year. Somebody here, I don't think I've told this story. So my friend's having a moving out party. He had a really cool house in Beverly Hills. He was like, I'm going, so let's have everyone here, everyone that I know. So it's like 40 people. I know half of them. The other half are from like his side of the other side of the friend group. And we walk in and it's raining, rare rain. It's like the springtime. And I go to the bathroom and like somebody had tracked mud in there. And so there was a bunch of mud on the floor. And so I'm peeing, avoiding the mud when I hear knock on the door and my friend goes, Tucker. And the way he said my name, I realized that just like everything really it wasn't mud on the floor. He goes, somebody shit on the floor in that bathroom. And I looked around. It is truly like somebody took their shoes off and shook them all over the floor. Oh. And I was like, oh my God, like this is incomprehensible how this could have happened. And like nobody noticed. Like there's a lot of people here and only one bathroom being used. So I helped clean it up. And then I look in the trash can and there's a pair of pink panties in there. So I'm like, we have a culprit. There's some pantyless woman walking around who shit on the floor. And like the worst, there was a trail, like drop to the door. The door opens and there was shit outside of the door. That's why I was like, this isn't shit. This is mud.
That's a ballsy bitch.
How do you think this went down? Like, I don't think she purposely pooped all over the floor like the bandit.
Clearly,
she had it.
No, it was liquid. It was clearly like could not hold it. But the fact that you couldn't like, I would never just stand up.
Did you want to track down this person and find who the culprit was?
I wanted to. They shit on the floor. What? I mean, that's just childish behavior. I just wanted to say.
Actually, I would argue shitting on the floor is just an accident. Leaving the shit on the floor is where she went wrong.
And not doing anything. Right. She could have cleaned it up with the toilet paper. There was a towel. Worst case scenario, use the towel and fucking hide it underneath the sink. And that way, like, it's okay, fine, you did something.
Oh, but God, imagine what would grow on it under there.
I can remember at like 7 years old.
Corn sprouting.
Breaking something and then putting it back really crappy, hoping that whoever did it next would think they broke it. Like, I pulled the towel holder off the wall. I'll just put it on there, barely, so that when Tucker takes a towel, he'll think he did it. That would be the... That doesn't really work, though, for pooping on the floor.
No, I wanted to go up there.
That other guy shit all over the bathroom.
Maybe Taylor will be like, I guess it was me.
We never found out. Sad.
You never found out. The other thing about smokers I'll put out, I don't know what goes through their head exactly, but they don't seem to consider cigarette butts to be litter like everybody else does, right? They'll toss it here and there. And I don't think they're tossing their like, I don't know, Big Mac wrappers just out casually, but with a cigarette butt, they don't think twice.
I never see
biodegradable ones
wrappers thrown around in like fairgrounds and things. Like just the other day, I went to some Anheuser-Busch here. The brewery has like a thing they do every winter where they like close off their giant area and they have like all the streets with lights and like they sell food and beer and shit. And I was there with some friends, and my girlfriend was like, man, it's really nice. There's no cigarettes around, because someone we were with was a smoker, and he was like, I got to go way over here to smoke. And like I looked around, and you do that first glance of an area, and you're like, man, I guess there really aren't any cigarettes. And then I spent, I don't know, an eighth of a second like zooming in, and I'm like, oh no, there's like 5 or 6. There's another 3. There's like 10 over there, and it's like, oh, okay, like these people really do. Like, you're right. A lot of smokers don't consider it at all litter, and if you're a smoker, it is litter. You're littering.
Yeah,
like
you're totally littering.
You're fucking it up, man.
Those clips you see online of people who smoke a cigarette in the car, and there's like a cop they don't know about behind them, and they throw the butt out, and then the cop pulls them over. I like those videos.
Littering and...
Yeah, littering and...
Littering and... People would work on our house. Like when we first got it, we had a lot of renovations done before we moved in. And they weren't leaving their bottles of Gatorade out in the yard. They weren't leaving, the wrappers for their food, or they had little honey buns or whatever they ate before they started working in the morning. But cigarette butts, there were like, 20, 30 of them in the grass, and it's not like those disappear. They're there.
Yeah, it depends where you are. Like I was always like, sometimes I'd be somewhere where it's like, yeah, this is a flick it and forget it kind of an area we're in here. But I definitely have been at people's places smoking cigarettes and been like, probably shouldn't flick this. And it's take the cigarette out of your mouth, put it out on the bottom of your shoe, make sure it's good and out, and then put it in your fucking pocket. I just put them in my pocket, and then at the end of the day, I'd have a pocket full of cigarette butts to dispose of. But I felt like maybe they even saw me do that. I was like, oh, look how considerate that guy is. That's a nice guy.
That is a considerate thing.
And he puts out.
Everyone I know that's been in the military that smokes, every single one of them is super conscientious of like not throwing their cigarette butts on the ground. I guess it's, in their world, you just don't do that. They don't litter with cigarette butts. And
those military guys are not conscientious about dip spit cups and bottles at all. I think that must be just a dip person thing, because my most courteous of courteous friends who would never do something as rude as to even point over a Chipotle or Qdoba glass counter at the ingredient they wanted. They would ask for it politely. They would never even do that. They'll leave open cups of spit around and not even realize how gross it is. Oh, it's awful.
I wish there was something
you dip.
do.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
what could
Honestly,
I do?
fuck you.
Fuck you and your addiction. Yeah. What could we do as non-dippers? Leave a cup of something nasty at their house.
Would it be
And
worse
say they
to
like
just
it.
fill
Piss.
a cup of spit? No. Would it be worse to just fill a cup of non-dip spit and leave it there? Like, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have a reason to leave spit there. It's
just have cups of spit around.
it's like, why would you do this?
Why? But why, Tucker? Well, I wanted to teach you a lesson. Did you learn anything?
I think you leave cups of piss laying around. I think that's the payback, right? I had to go. Why didn't you go to the bathroom? Do you go in the bathroom every time you spit? Do you have those cigarettes? That image for the cigarettes, Zach? Can you pull that up?
Are these
If
the
you do.
Canadian like death sticks?
Yeah. So I guess they finally got the law changed a bit, and now now every smoke in Canada is going to say poison in every puff on the filter. I think that's the filter. It's hard to tell because it's all
It
white.
looks like the filter. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
But I think they're going to have different warnings. I would assume different warnings on the filter itself of each individual
Ugh.
cigarette. Like I remember the first time I saw Canadian cigarettes, like back when we did one of those paintball trips.
Yeah.
And what's his name had some. I'll be honest, I thought it was cool. I was like, damn, wish you brought me a pack. Like because you're not scaring me with that. You're not scaring me with that because I don't know. The news
already
media
know.
has lied to me for decades about what's healthy and what's not healthy. Oh my God, fucking cell phones were going to give me brain cancer, and the ozone layer was going to melt us all, and the ice caps. And look, I just don't think cigarettes are that bad for you. Look, they're bad for you. You smoke them your whole
Debatable.
fucking life. Nobody ever smoked cigarettes for 10 years and got sick. I don't believe it.
If
I
you
don't
wanted
believe
to
it.
stop people from smoking, Kyle, would it be more effective to make them more phallic? Like
To
put
make
a little
'em- no.
head on there.
No, we wouldn't care. We're getting there's oral fixation going on anyway. And look, especially in Canada, they're woke as fuck. They'd love to suck that little dick.
I think I might be more interested in smokers if that was it.
If
There'd
that
be a
was it.
subreddit towards it. Just
Like,
women sucking
my
on
girlfriend
penis
has a penis like this too, eh?
Oh, no, I feel progressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
I'll have
I mean,
some
I think
thinking.
it's enough is enough.
Smokes.
How much do smokers need to be bullied? They know it's bad for them. Don't need to put nasty photos on there that the rest of us have to look at the gas station.
I'm a
I
huge
like it.
fan of getting smokers away from me. I don't like it when my clothes smell like smoke. I don't like breathing your smoke. It's not a personal decision. It's you're making a decision on my behalf when you stink up the restaurant. And
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not
like
just
that. I don't want to be part of your stink. I agree.
But on the other hand, if you want to, you can do meth. I don't really care. It's a
That
personal
that probably
decision.
smells bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
You ever smell meth?
Is it like cat urine? No, I've never smelled meth.
Like ammonia.
Oh, I don't know what it smells like.
Yeah.
I read
Miles smells
online.
it every weekend.
So the smell was a big plot point in Breaking Bad,
And
Yeah.
online they said it smells like cat urine.
I've heard like vinegary. I've heard cat piss, and I've heard just plasticky, melting, chemically smells. Who knows? That's just not for me, man. I would do heroin before meth. I think.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Especially you just like snort a little bit of it.
I feel like you get a lot done if you were a responsible meth head.
What's the one you do on a spoon? You burn on a spoon.
Heroin.
See that process leaves a really, I don't know. The dirty spoon feels low class to me. Along with, does that involve tinfoil too?
There are different ways to imbibe, but you could freebase. That's when we got the torch, the aluminum foil, got a little tube in her mouth.
Mm-hmm. You just smoke opium. Yeah.
You get one of them old timey opium pipes, like a fucking cowboy, which is God. I would love to get high on that.
You go
shit.
to China and just laze around in one of those dens.
I would do nothing but that until I died in China.
In China in an opium
I bet that's
den.
the best drug. I bet it tastes good too, and you get some like really cheap Asian prostitutes. Anyway, and then you also see people inject the heroin, right? Like straight into their vein. That's when the spoon and the lighter stuff comes into play.
That
you can
injection
also
is for someone who's
snort
so
some.
Yeah.
But
I think injection is like the end of the line where like that's the most intense way you can do it, right?
Of course.
Injecting. So like
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, what is more intense than that? Injecting drugs directly into your bloodstream.
Top way. That's how
I injected into my brain. Nice. All right. If you drive through Paris, Tennessee, just keep on going because there's nothing fucking there except, well, some scary people.
I wonder where Paris, Tennessee is in relation to me.
I'm curious. I've been to Paris a bunch of times.
Paris, Texas.
Paris, Tennessee.
What is? Oh, Paris is. What is there?
A whole bunch of weaponry and some scary people.
Yeah, Paris, Tennessee would be northwest from me.
Yeah, you could hit it on the way. Fun little sightseeing tour.
No, I'm headed down. We're going to Mississippi. So I'm going south.
They had smoking restaurants in Paris, Tennessee. We were at this little
That's a thing?
Yeah, I was shocked. We were at this little diner. I think it's against like state law. They just didn't give a fuck or something like that. Oh no, it's Tennessee. I don't know Tennessee's state laws. But I just remember we were in this little diner, like eating steak. Like it's like I don't know, little diner, whatever. And we're in the thing, and there's like a little dividing wall like here, and just over that is another booth, right? And there's a lady over there smoking a cigarette, and she's being all nonchalant, and it's coming over onto us, and we all smoke. Everybody at my table smokes cigarettes, and but we're eating right, like they don't, the two don't mix, and like I don't remember who said it, but someone was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you mind moving that to your other hand?" Like I felt like that was a real like easy thing to do. And she's
very
like,
reasonable.
She's like, "If you don't like it, move." And I was just like, "Oh, well, all right then, light them up, boys." And we all light a cigarette, and we're just four of us with cigarettes, just blowing smoke into this old lady's face for the next 5 minutes until she's green.
Move, whore.
She was very upset, but she knew she couldn't say anything because it would be she would be a hypocrite.
Dude,
I love that. That is the perfect response.
Yeah, there's places around here I've been to in the last.
She thought she was
couple
fucking
years.
with non-smokers. I'm sorry to interrupt, Taylor. I'm excited about this topic. she didn't know who she was fucking with, Kyle.
She didn't know. She didn't realize we were professional smokers. I have Jeremy with me. He lost his teeth and at the age of 14 to cigarettes and I don't know what else. Nick and Nom. I don't know what. God, that boy's. I've told you before, but man, you got to see that guy's false teeth. They are a shit show.
They're not good. Oh, I thought they were. Maybe I missed them.
No, he's got dentures.
Better than his natural teeth, though. His natural teeth were rotted out.
It's that weird thing, It's like those facelift. It's like who's that country? Kenny Rogers facelift, right? Me and my dad were talking about this the other day. Because I told my dad's losing a lot of weight. And he's like, I'm worried about. I don't want to lose too much weight. I feel like my face is gonna look weird. And I was like, hey, you could always get that Kenny Rogers facelift. He's like, I know somebody who got one. he does look good. I don't know what they did. You can't even tell. He just looks 20 years younger. He's 78 years old. And I'm like, do it. And he's over there like, I'm going to ask him where he went. My dad gets a facelift. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's so great. But yeah, that Kenny Rogers facelift, you don't know if Kenny would look better or worse with or without it, because he does look odd. But who knows what he'd look like without it. Maybe he'd look, I don't know, sickly or just gross. I don't know. He looks weird though. I'd rather look weird than super old.
I found. So apparently there's a fad with some people called dry scooping, where you take a scoop of pre-workout and then you take it without anything. And this OnlyFans stripper who works on OnlyFans and is like a physical stripper did that with like a dry scoop, and then was like, I was watching the video and she's like, felt like I was gonna fall apart. I felt like I was like everything, and then I got to work and I was about to go dance and my chest gets tight and my left side of my body goes numb, and it's then that I realized that I was having a heart. And she's like in her 22 years old, and she just, I guess, dry dosed 350 milligrams of caffeine, which I guess hits you differently than if you drink.
Only 250.
That says 350 here.
They're lying.
Well, do you want? I looked up the product. It's 350.
I'm looking at the product too. Redcon Total War.
Yeah. Now go down to the bottom. Don't just look at the top ingredient of caffeine. There's anhydride. There's two different kinds. There's one that's 250 milligrams and one that's 100 milligrams. So it's a total of 350 milligrams.
Well, shit.
Bispinga. Yeah.
Wait, was that Bispinga?
Yes.
Where was that from?
Like an ancient meme of people who used to make fun of Bazinga, I think it was. It's a meme from a show I've never watched, and it's so old. Shouldn't have.
Now, the guy next to you is either going to be chewing tobacco, smoking cigarettes, or he's going to freebase a bit of methamphetamine over there. Now, if you're not familiar with freebasing, he's going to use a bit of aluminum foil. He's going to place these crystal rocks of methamphetamine on top, apply a blowtorch underneath, and using some sort of a straw type implement, he is going to inhale the vapors that are produced.
But he won't be borrowing any of the house's spoons.
But you might get a little methed out by this scenario. He is freebasing. There isn't a whole like contraption containing this. Some of it might sparkle over and you might get a little methy.
Is there anything like propofol or whatever it is that I like?
No, it's
Doesn't
not.
meth smell really bad?
I have no fucking idea, and I never want to.
I think
know.
it smells like cat urine.
I have no idea, and I never want to know. I think I heard
you're
it
right,
described
Woody.
once as melting plastic.
Am I right?
Yep, it smells like vinegar or ammonia,
Jesus
like a window
Christ.
cleaner or cat pee.
Okay.
A window cleaner doesn't smell bad.
Honestly, in that situation, I'll take the cigarette guy.
Yeah, right.
I looked into it because I guess I vaguely entertained the idea of going Breaking Bad. And I'm like, what does it smell like? What is it that they're dealing with all the time?
Local North Carolina man who already had enough money to pay his medical bills got into the meth trade. It didn't go
Because
well.
it seemed cool on TV.
When being arrested, he said, "Please stop. It's a bit." Upon further inspection into the kind of show Mr. Woodworth runs, we only had more questions.
Oh no. Yeah,
He does the show weekly with noted felon and Neanderthal.
Oh, that's good shit. Yeah, I agree. Like if I'm smoking a cigarette, then you can smoke a cigarette. But if I'm not smoking a cigarette, you can't smoke a cigarette. That's the way smoking is for me. If we're drinking, like,
well, that
I'll
rule
have
would
one
work
who
for me
smokes.
too. Annual physical now because I'm old. So, but the people are amazing at it. It doesn't hurt at all. And it's
Right.
here.
yeah,
I feel like if you do it for a living, it's not as bad. But
I'll never do it
nurses-
again. I'll never do it again.
Wow.
You
You gotta see my guy. I got a vein guy.
I nearly vomited and I nearly passed out. It was so bad. She dug around inside of me with a fucking needle for what felt like 3-4 hours. And
But you already dislike needles, right? Isn't
I
that-
volunteered for that shit. I was like, yeah. Oh, you'd like someone to donate blood? Oh, negative. Here, motherfucker. Golden boy.
I should
Where
learn
do
my
I-
blood type.
You really should.
I have
It's
no idea.
important. See, now if you go to the hospital, they're like, "What blood type are you?" I don't
I can narrow
know.
it
They
down to
give you
3
my
letters and
blood.
2 symbols.
I could be wrong on this. Can O negative donate to literally everyone, even the positives?
It's a universal donor, but there are some like specific blood types that can only take like one thing. There's unique blood types, but those are rare, very rare. So yeah, almost every single person can take some of Kyle's blood.
I'm O positive, and I think that means I can donate to all the other positives, but not positive.
I was actually reading about the blood type thing recently, and it said, according to this one article, and I stopped looking into it afterward, that if like one of the real medical things they pay attention to, if you get a bad blood transfusion, so if they mix up the bags and like you're A and positive and they're B negative or something, one of the real things that they like will pay attention to now because of mistakes in the past is the person feeling an intense sense of impending doom.
Really?
Like the person will like, it's almost like their body being like, whoa, what?
This is the wrong blood.
Yeah, and like, so, like if you feel like an intense feeling of impending doom, you're supposed to tell them because it's like, I think you gave me the wrong blood. I have or you, man, that's because now that I
almost
know
feel
that,
like-
I'm gonna have an intense feeling of impending doom.
I was gonna
anytime I
say,
drink
in that
blood.
situation,
Right?
I feel like most people would already feel an intense feeling of it. Like
It's on your birth certificate, I think, right?
I lost that. I gotta get
I
another
think
one.
it is, and that probably varies by state.
You didn't lose your birth certificate.
It's around here. I don't know.
I need the long form.
I had nice one, Mr. Trump. I've got my original birth certificate, like the legit one. Kitty's got it. She's got it in a filing cabinet. Yeah, she keeps up with it. I've also got, and it's got like where my babies, when I as a baby, my footprints were inked onto the paper and everything. It's pretty cool to see. My feet are like this fucking big.
Were you
I
a
feel
big
like
baby?
I mailed mine off to like the
I was a
passport
big
office.
baby. I was 8 pounds 15 ounces.
Really? That's exactly what I was.
Oh,
815 bros, because 9 pounds is fat.